Hi friends, in this video I will give you all the details you need to know about CFA program, and if you are planning or starting your CFA journey in 2024 session, then this video is very helpful for you. So make sure you watch this video till end, because in this video we will discuss everything from the perspective of 2024 session. So all the details mentioned in this video are as per 2024 curriculum, right? So we'll start our discussion, but before we begin, my introduction, my name is Shashank Pandey. I'm faculty for FRM, CFA and CA Final AFM. If you are planning to take classes or study package for CFA Level 1 for 2024 session, so do check out the link in the description. We also have the mentorship option available. So if you are interested in mentorship, then you can also opt for the mentorship, right? So let's start with the introduction. Now CFA stands for Chartered Financial Analyst, and this certification is awarded by CFA Institute. This is a 3-level program. So level 1, level 2 and level 3. So level 1 is conducted in Feb, May, August, November. Level 2 is conducted in May, August, November. And level 3 is conducted in Feb and August. So these are the exam windows for your CFA program. We will discuss in detail like what are these exam windows and how it works. Now, all the exams, level 1, level 2 and level 3 are computer based testing. So level 1, level 2 and half part of the level 3 are MCQ based questions, and half part of level 3, remaining half, is the essay based, where you have to type your answer. So you don't have to bother about a lot of typing. It is very small. Again, we will discuss everything in detail relating to this also in the coming slides. Then passing rate is approximately 35 to 55% for all 3 levels. Again, we will discuss a detailed passing rate here in the last slide. Then this CFA is a world recognized certification. So if you are pursuing CFA in India and planning to work outside India, then definitely you can go ahead with the CFA. So CFA will help you in landing job, mainly in the finance sector, and you can definitely work in India or as well as outside India. Now, CFA charter holders pursue their career in investment banking, financial analysis, risk management, and related fields. So, a lot of options are available for CFA charter holders or even CFA level 3 clear candidates. Or we can say, to some extent, if you are really good in the practical side, then CFA level 2 candidates also. One important requirement for CFA is valid passport to sit for the exam. If you're planning to sit for the exam, then you must have the valid passport, right? So then we have the subjects of CFA level 1 and level 2. Right now here I'm mentioning only level 1 and level 2 subjects because in level 1 and level 2 subjects are same. In level 3 we mainly have the specialization, and mainly coverage is about the portfolio management. Now in level 1 we have 10 subjects. It starts with the ethics, quants, economics, financial reporting analysis, corporate finance, equity investment, fixed income, derivatives, alternate investment and portfolio management. Now in finance world we have a lot of areas. So each area is covered in respective subjects. Now here, this particular part is about areas, and this particular part is about the basics, the fundamentals or the foundations. Now in ethics, because CFAs or actions of CFAs impact market as well as the profession, that's why CFA Institute considers ethical standards most important, and you will see the highest weightage for this subject in your exam. So make sure you prepare the subject properly. This is a very theoretical subject, small subject, but from the questions perspective, you will get a lot of questions. And also questions are slightly difficult for this subject compared to the other subjects. For other subjects, questions are really easy if you prepare properly, obviously. But for ethical standard, this is considered as the most difficult subject as well as highest weighted subject. Then we have the quants. Quants is mainly the statistics subject. So where we have the probability, time value of money, basic statistics, hypothesis testing, regression analysis, all the basic topics of statistics. Then we have the economics. Again, this is a kind of intermediate introductory economics. So not very introductory like the demand, what is demand and what is supply. So we don't have those type of topics. We have topics like the firm structure, what is monopoly, oligopoly, and so on. So all these type of discussions are covered here, how the business cycles impact the economy and so on. So all the factors are covered here. Then we have the financial reporting analysis. This is mainly the accountancy subject, where we will discuss the income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement, what is long-lived asset, short-lived asset, what is deferred tax asset, deferred tax liability, and so on. So all the topics are covered in the financial reporting analysis. Then we have the corporate finance. Again, the topics related to the corporate finance, how to plan your debt equity structure, what are the measures we need to take, and all this is discussed in the corporate finance. Then we have the equity specific section, which is the equity investment, where we will discuss everything from the perspective of the equity. Then we have the fixed income. So bonds part of the market is covered in the fixed income portion. Then we have the derivatives, forward futures and options is covered in the derivatives. Alternate investment is covered. Alternate investment covers the real estate investment, hedge fund investment. This is a very theoretical subject and mainly talks about the basic or the foundations of the non-traditional investments. Then we have the portfolio management. So once you have all these assets, you will have the portfolio. Then how to manage the portfolio. Again, the basics of portfolio is covered in this subject. Now understand. In level 1 and level 2, we have same subjects, but in level 1, everything is at the basic level, and in level 2, same subjects goes into the detail. So we have a lot of detailed topics in level 2. So you have to make sure you prepare level 1 properly so that your journey of level 2 should be easier, okay? So are comfortable. And next is the eligibility to enter CFA. Now here we have three criteria for the eligibility. So first is a bachelor's degree, then second is the undergraduate. So for the undergrad student, if you don't have the bachelor's degree, and then there is a professional work experience criteria. So I will explain each criteria in detail. But first two criteria is very simple to understand, and last criteria is slightly difficult to understand. So we have to slightly focus more on that. But again, I don't think like a lot of students fall in this category. I don't think like more than 2-3% students fall in this category. Mainly, you will be falling in first two categories. Now, first is a bachelor's degree. If you have bachelor's degree equivalent to like US bachelor's degree or even Indian bachelor's degree is sufficient. So you are good to go. You can register for CFA level and sit for CFA level, and then you don't have to bother about the eligibility. So first eligibility criteria is the bachelor's degree. If you don't fulfill this criteria, mainly this happens if you are pursuing your graduation, then the second criteria is applicable for you, which is an undergrad student. And in undergrad student, you have to focus on this. Now see, assume this is 3 years bachelor's degree program, and this is the end of first year, end of second year, and end of your final year of degree. Now, if you fall in this particular category, then to sit for level 1, you can only sit for level 1 within 23 months from the final year. So if say this is the end of first year and end of second year, end of third year, you have approximately 24 months. So after getting your result of first year, then you have to wait for 1 month so that your 1 month is finished, and then you can register for CFA level 1 exam. Okay. So this should be the 23 months window. So here you can't sit before 23 months from finishing your final year. So this is again the expected date. Remember, this is expected date and not the confirmed date. So some students ask me this question: what if we fail in final year? Okay, so obviously it may happen. So you don't have to bother about it. So this is based on your expected date. So you have to calculate from the expected date of finishing your graduation. So take 23 months before, and based on it, you can register for your exam. Yeah, one more thing. So I'm saying register for your exam. So your exam should fall in this particular window. So within 23 months, and not the registration. So I said registration, but actually not the registration. It is for that window. So if you are say sitting for May exam, then May exam should fall within 23 months. You can register in this time. You can register before 23 months, but your exam should be there. Okay. Then this is for the level 1. Now to sit for level 2, so your level 2 window should fall here at this point, and this is 11 months. So when you sit for your level 1, level 2 exam, then you should have only 11 months remaining for to finish your final year. Okay, so finish your graduation. Again, this is expected date of finishing your graduation. Okay, so this is the criteria. So selected exam window must be within or must be 23 months or fewer before your graduation month of your bachelor's degree or equivalent program. Again, you can there are equivalent programs, so there is a list of equivalent programs, so you can check those equivalent programs. Now, understand that you must be within 11 months of graduation to sit for your level 2 exam. So as I said, the second criteria. And you must have completed your bachelor's degree or accrued 4,000 hours of professional work experience to sit for your level 3 exam. So to sit for level 3 exam, you must finish your bachelor's degree. And again, this is the OR criteria of professional work experience, 4,000 hours of work experience. But again, the professional work experience criteria is covered here in this part. Now, professional work experience criteria is slightly confusing. Now, because here we have this criteria of higher education that was acquired over the minimum of 3 sequential years. But in India, we specifically have 2 years of higher education. 11, 12 is considered as higher education. So that's the problem here. Now let's see the basics. So if you're following this particular path, the professional work experience, then first you can have the combination of 4,000 hours, 4,000 hours of work experience. So say after 12th, you just start your work or job and you have 4,000 hours of work experience, then you are eligible to sit for exam. Or or the higher education that was acquired over the minimum of 3 sequential years. Now here we can have the combination like 2 years of say higher education and 2 years of work experience and so on. So this combination is possible. This is written here. Okay, if you have the combination of work experience and higher education, so this means like even if you don't have 3 years of minimum like higher education criteria, if you're unable to fulfill that, so 2 years of higher education and 2 years of work experience or 1 year of work experience is considered and achieved by the date of registering for CFA level 1. So you have to fulfill this criteria. If you're going with the professional work experience criteria, then you have to fulfill this before registering the CFA level 1. So here we don't have any level 2, level 3 criteria, only the level 1 criteria. Level 2, level 3 is only applicable for second criteria, the second eligibility requirement. The date of education and professional work experience cannot be overlapping, meaning you can't say like, okay, I was taking 2 years of higher education as well as at the same time I was working also. So 2 years of higher education and 2 years of work experience. So I get the 4 years. No, not like that. So 2 years first, then after finishing your 2 years of higher education, you have to go for the 2 years of work experience. Then only it will be counted. Now, if you have the combination of work experience and higher education to achieve the minimum hours and years, assume that the higher education takes 1,000 hours per year. Remember, so you can't say like my higher education was taking 2,000 per year, 2,000 hours per year. So it will be considered, irrespective of how much time you are spending in higher education, it will be considered as only 1,000 hours per year only. Remember, okay? So 2 years of higher education will give you 2,000 hours and then 2,000 hours in your job. Now remember, the job can be part-time, full-time, and even the paid internship is included here. So you don't have to bother about like the full-time job only. So this is the eligibility criteria to enter in the CFA. Now, what is the exam structure? So here, as I said, we have 3 levels. So level 1, level 2, and level 3 for 2024. So we have exam window for level 1, Feb, May, August, and November. For level 2, we have May, August, and November. And for level 3, we have Feb and August. And this decides the time you will need to finish your CFA certification. Now, structure of CFA level 1. Here we have 90 plus 90. So we have 2 sessions. Previously, we used to call this as a morning session and afternoon session. Now we simply call this as session 1 and session 2. So in session 1, you will get 90 MCQs with 3 options. In level in session 2 also, you will get 90 MCQs with 3 options. So same. Then in level 2, in level 1, you have simple straight away like 1 MCQ at a time. So you have to focus on that MCQ, take the answer and move on. But in level 2, you will get exam in the form of vignettes. So you will get 11 vignettes in session 1, 11 in session 2. And for each vignette, you will get, vignette is simply the paragraph, the case study, and you have to read the case study, and with that case study, 4 MCQs will be attached. So you have to solve those 4 MCQs based on that, the case study which is provided to you. So 11 case studies in session 1, 11 case studies in session 2. So 4 questions for each case study. So you get 44 MCQs in session 1 and 44 MCQs in session 2, compared to, if you consider the level 1, then you have 90-90, here you have 44-44. In level 3, we have 11 item set and 11 essay sets, 12 points for each set. Now here I said 11, but the setup of session is 5 items plus 6 essay in one session and 6 item set plus 5 essay in session 2. Okay, it may be vice versa. So you might get a 6 plus 5 in session 1 and 5 plus 6 in session 2, or 5 plus 6 in session 1, or 6 plus 5 in session 2, like this. Okay, it can change, but total item sets will be 11 distributed in 2 papers and 11 essay sets distributed in 2 papers. Now item sets are like the vignettes, more or less like the vignettes. Again, the case study, and you will get the questions related to that. But essays are slightly different. Now in essay, what happens, you will be provided with the case study or the case, and then you have to provide the answer by typing it. Now remember, if you are worried that, okay, I have very slow typing speed, then it will impact my exam performance. So yeah, we can say slightly it will impact your exam performance if you are typing really slowly. But as per like the experience, I can tell you like you're not going to face a lot of problem because of typing, because you don't have to type a lot of paragraphs there. So 2 or 3 line answer is required in the essay section. So remember this, typing is not a big concern. So you'll be provided with the case, just read the case, you'll be asked like, okay, what should the portfolio manager do in this case? Okay, just simply say, okay, he should not purchase the specific stock. That's it, finish. So you got your answer. So this is very simple. The essay set is simple and item set, as I said before. Okay, now 12 points for each, and for 12 points for each essay set, and you will get the item set, you will get the MCQs there. Now here, this exam is conducted in the Feb and August. Now, as I said, like the Feb, May, August, November, May, August, November, and Feb and August, these different exam windows for each level decides like how much time you will need to finish your CFA curriculum program. Now here you have to remember one particular part. You should maintain 6 months gap between two consecutive attempts. So it can be level 1 to level 2. If some student fails in level 1, then he needs to maintain 6 months gap between the level 1 first attempt in which he failed and again level 1 in which he is going to retry. So say if student appears for this Feb exam, fails, then he can sit for August or November, but not for May. So 6 months gap is applicable across. So even for level 1 to level 2 or level 2 to level 3, then also you have to maintain 6 months gap at least. And because of this, you get 4 paths. Here we will assume like you finish all the levels in the first attempt. So first path gives you the 12-month window. There's 12 months to finish your curriculum. Now 12 months we are counting from the date you sit for level 1 and you sit for level 3. And this is how we are counting the 12 months. But actually we need to, or we should consider 6 months of preparation time you will take for the level 1, which is not considered here. So you will obviously for the Feb 24, you must be starting your preparation from November 23. And if you're starting from November 23, so we should count from November 23. So consider or add 6 months in each of these paths. So if you go by the 12-month path, for level 1, you will sit in Feb 24 exam window. You pass, you sit for level 2 in August 24. You pass, you sit for level 3 in Feb 25. So this will be your path. Now, in 15 months, you will sit for May 24. Okay, so obviously, so we have 4 exams. So either you will start from Feb 24 or May 24 or August 24 or November 24, like, right? So if you start from 15th, you go by the 15th month, then level 1, May 24, then level 2 in November 24, and level 3 in August 25. Then in 18 months, then you will start with the level 1 August 24, level 2 May 25, level 3 Feb 26. And here you will finish your level 3 in the exactly same time. So either you can go with the August or level 1 in November 24. So again, you will sit for the May 25 and Feb 26. Exactly same. Now here understand this. What is exam window? So you'll be provided with 5 to 6 dates in each exam window. For example, say if I'm not wrong, in Feb 24, we have exam window from 15th to 28th Feb. So you'll get 5 exam dates. You have to select your preferred date and city. So in that city, your preferred exam date, you will sit for exam. So you don't have to sit as per the CFA's requirement. You can choose your date in simple terms. And exam window is not like full Feb. So exam window is only for 5 to 6 days in Feb 24 month. Okay. And same is applicable for the August, Feb, and all the other exam windows. So this is the concept of exam window. So remember, once you register for your exam, you have to select your exam date specifically. So you have to separately schedule your exam. So CFA Institute call it as a scheduling exam. Then we have the fees. In fees, we have CFA level 1, level 2, level 3. We have, again, these are the exam registrations. Okay. So these are the exam fees. And there is also one-time registration of $350. So at the time of registering for CFA level 1, you will pay $350. Plus, if you are going with the early bird, then you have to pay $940. Okay, so 350 plus 940, whatever is the total, multiplied by currency rate, and plus 18% GST is applicable on all fees payments. So what is early bird and standard registration? So for Feb 24, the early bird will be a specific cutoff date. If you register before that cutoff date, then you will get the early bird discount. If you register in the normal window, then you have to pay this fees. Okay. So again, this early bird is kind of a discount for registering earlier. That's it, nothing else. And there are specific dates. Right now, I'm not mentioning dates here, which you can definitely check from the CFA Institute's website, like which window you are getting. Like, are you getting the early bird or the standard registration? For in Indian terms, approximately there is a difference of 25 to 30,000. Okay, so do check out on the CFA Institute's website. But this is a fees, and again, this fees is applicable for each attempt. If one student fails in the exam, then he has to pay same fees again. So he has to pay like $940 or 1250, 1250 again to reappear for the exam. Here, one more thing: these fees are applicable only for 2024. In 2025, CFA Institute may change their fees or fee structure. Then we also have the scholarship option. So in scholarship option, we have access scholarship, women's scholarship, student scholarship, professors and regulators. Now in scholarship, what you have to do, you have to apply for the scholarship. You will write the essay why you should be awarded this scholarship. You have to mention your reason. You have to look for the criteria, in which criteria you are suitable or fitting, and based on that, you will apply for the scholarship. Then if you are applying for the scholarship and if you are awarded the scholarship, then your enrollment fees is waived off, and then you have to only pay the exam fees. Again, so you have to apply for the scholarship for each exam, right? Now here we have two main type of scholarships, which are like important for most of the students, and these three are for specific audience or specific candidates. Now access scholarship is from the candidates who are coming from the underprivileged background, those who don't have the finances to pay such a high fees. So for them, the access scholarship is provided. So you have to write the essay, why you should be provided, what are your circumstances, and a lot of things you have to mention there. And then you have to apply for it. Again, if you get the scholarship, then you have to pay $300. Then there is a women's scholarship. In women's scholarship, if you are a woman, then you can definitely apply for the scholarship. And in the women's scholarship, generally, this is my observation, the scholarship is, or the probability of getting scholarship is more for working women than the non-working women. Okay. And say, for example, if you fall in the category of women as well as underprivileged, then you can apply scholarship in both the criteria. Okay. You have to apply it separately, but you can apply in the access also as well as the women's criteria. Then there are three scholarships: students, professors, and regulators. Not very useful. So regulator scholarship is for some regulatory bodies, employees working with those regulatory bodies, for example, SEBI, RBI, and so on. So if you are working with the regulatory bodies, then you can definitely go for the CFA and you will get the scholarship. Then the professor scholarship, if you are full-time professor with the university, not like us. So if you are full-time university professor, then you will get the scholarship. And then there is a student scholarship. A lot of students confuse this with the general student scholarship. So this is student scholarship is not applicable for all students. Student scholarship is specifically applicable for the affiliate universities of CFA Institute. So CFA Institute will tie up with the specific universities, and if you are a student of those universities, then you can pay $400 and get your CFA certification. So remember this. Then the passing percentage is in the recent exam 37%, 44%, and 47%. Previously, the level 3 was slightly higher, but considering like this is the latest exam, we can consider this as benchmark. So 37% you can expect for level 1 incoming exam, 44% in level 2, and 47% in level 3. So which is decent percentage. And I will tell you the very big secret of this exam. If you prepare properly, systematically, you can assure that you will pass this exam. Okay, so there is high chances, because 44%, 37% is really high number. I'm not talking about passing in 1% or 0.5%. If that's the situation, like 0.5% or 1%, then whatever you do, like whatever you are preparing, ultimately there is a chance or luck or probability will play its role, right? But here 37% is a really big number. Again, if you prepare properly, definitely you have great chance of clearing this exam. And these percentages are for the August 23 examination. Now this is the salary. I will give you just rough idea. You can expect once you clear CFA level 3. I'm not talking about the getting certified. I'm talking about just clearing CFA level 3. You can expect approximately 6 to 10 lakhs of salary in this particular range. And considering or assuming you are the fresher, and you can start your job. and which is really good salary considering the very short duration course. But this is a prestigious course. Finishing CFA level 3 is really prestigious thing. And here I give you all the details, like we have the investment bank, asset management, hedge fund, private equity, corporate finance, and equity research. So all six categories are provided here. You can read out the details, but read only for the entry level, mid and senior level is very different, and by the time you reach for the senior level, things will be very different. Okay, but still you will get a high paying job in simple terms. Now, the earning certification, to earn the certification, remember you have to submit, once you clear CFA level 3, you have to submit 4,000 hours of professional work experience, 4,000 hours of professional work experience, or 36 months of 36 months. Okay, it can be either 4,000 hours or 36 months. If you are taking full-time job, then 36 months, 3 years. Or if you are say like part-time job, in part-time job it is not certain, right? So are you working for 2 hours or 3 hours or 5 hours? So in a part-time job case, you have to submit a fourth or fulfill the 4,000 hours of professional work experience criteria. Ideally, you can consider 3 years of full-time work experience is required in the relevant area. Now, how to identify the relevant area? So mainly, I'll give the broad idea. The relevant area is related to the portfolio management and asset management and similar areas of finance. So if you are working in say bank and as a branch manager, so I don't think like this particular criteria is covered in the CFA. So you can check. There is a tool available on the CFA website where you can check the eligibility to get the certification. But as I said, like passing level 3 is really good enough to get really good job. So you don't have to bother about will you get the certification or not. You have to bother about the certification part only if you don't have any plan to switch your career, or if you don't have any plan to uh, completely change your domain. Okay, so if you don't have these plans, if you are just planning to become CFA, you are going to say already if you are working in the asset management and you just want to get the CFA certification, then only you should be bothered about the certification part, or uh, is your experience relevant for this? Otherwise, don't bother. CFA level 3, finishing level 3 is more than enough to get a good job. Then job can be a full-time or part-time, or even the work from home is included. And there are no restrictions on size or type of the organization. So even if you are working in the small size firm, your work experience is relevant. You don't need to work in the investment bank only to get the certification, right? So that's all from my side. If you have any queries, comment on this video, and I'll definitely help you out with the queries. If you have any, again, if you want my help, then you can WhatsApp. Please WhatsApp. Don't directly call on this number. This is my number, 6131868, and you can WhatsApp on this number if you have any doubt related to the maybe registration or any similar type of doubts. Okay, so that's all from my side. Thank you everyone. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.